there, my name is Dakota Karper. I have a really fun piece for you today. It's one that I often play with my band, Vandalia, and I will link below to a version of myself playing it with my bandmates. The name of the tune is Blackeyed Suzy, and it's in the key of A. For this, I'm playing out of cross A tuning. So my strings are A, E, A, E. Another unique thing about this piece is that it is 3 parts. I think you're really going to enjoy it, so let's jump right in. Beginning with our A part. The A part only has 2 phrases to it. This is the first phrase. I'll do that again. One thing that's really important in this tune is to put in a lot of slides that give it character. This is kind of a sassy piece, so I'm going to be really leaning into that. So the first note I'm playing is an E, but instead of playing a kind of, bland open E, I am instead going to play the E with my 4th finger on the A string, and I'm going to slide into it. That's followed by 3 open A's, and then here comes another slide, sliding into this D note, followed by another 3 open A's. And I'm both sliding into these notes, and as I'm finishing them, instead of just pulling my finger off, I'm kind of glancing off the string backwards, almost like a reverse slide, but it's very slight. And if I want to add some drones, some double stops to that, to just up the sass, then I'm going to use my open E while sliding the 4th finger. And then as I'm sliding that D note, I'm also going to slide my 1st finger on the E string from an F natural to an F sharp. And then you can drone a little open E with that open A. So one more time, phrase 1. Now we're going into phrase 2. It sounds like this. Once again by ear. Now we are in the key of A, but we have 2 surprise notes here. Instead of playing C sharp, which is normally in the key of A, we're going to play C natural. C, B, A. And then here's our next surprise note. We're playing a G natural, which is our 2nd finger, low 2nd finger on the D, not D string anymore, on the 3rd string, which is an E string. So that's G, F sharp, A, not A. G, F sharp, E, E. E, F sharp. That is an A now. A. Once again, that phrase. And that's phrase 2. And you'll notice my slide is just there on that A note, the 3rd finger on the 3rd string. Outside of that, it's pretty much sassy enough with just those C naturals and G naturals. So let's see if we can put together phrase 1 and phrase 2. That is the entire A part of this tune. Once again with drones. Sometimes at the Now we're going into the B part of this tune. It's also made up of just 2 phrases. This is the first phrase. I'll do that again. Those notes are sliding the A, 3rd finger on the 3rd string, and then playing the open A. Then here's a slur. I'm doing C sharp, B, A. Then I'm moving to the 3rd string for F sharp, E, F sharp, A, A. And you can slide back into that A if you want at the end. Let's play that phrase again. Phrase 1 of our B part. One more time. Now, phrase 2 of our B part. A lot of similarities with the first phrase. Let's do it again by ear. Those notes slide into the A. Immediately, you're going to go to the C natural, so you're not playing the A twice here. C natural, B, A. C natural, B, A. Over on the 3rd string, we're doing F sharp, E, back to F sharp, A, you can slide in if you want. Or sometimes I'll put the slide on the 2nd time I do that A. Like that. One more time through phrase 2 of our B part. And let's put those 2 phrases together. Add some drones. So long as you're hitting an open string, any drones work on that B part. You can just use the higher string, the lower string. Any string that you're not playing the melody on will harmonize. All right, one more part to go. We are now into our C part. This is a 3-part tune. So the 3rd part begins with this phrase. We'll do that again. That's a fun phrase, beginning with C natural, sliding to C sharp on the 4th string. Then I'm playing an A on the 3rd string. And then I'm just rocking back and forth. C sharp, A, C sharp, A, C sharp, A, A. Let's do that again. Tricky to catch on to the rhythm there, but you can hold those 2 fingers down, your C sharp and your A, so all you have to be thinking about is moving that bow back and forth. One last time. Now what I'll sometimes do as far as droning here, you could come up and play the 2nd string, the A, against that 3rd finger string, and have a nice, rich, full sound from unison A's. Or I will use these 2 notes against each other. They're already making a lovely A chord. And maybe I will just rock off of one of them as I'm moving back and forth, and allow the other one to have both notes together as a double stop. Something like. You could do the opposite of that, I suppose, and have the second finger be the drone one. It's kind of a weird feel. I'd recommend, if you're going to do that, to have the third finger down with the second finger, and when the melody comes to that third finger, that's when you do the double stop. Or sometimes this phrase is just moving really fast. So I'm not going to do that full back and forth. I might play that rhythm, but on both strings the whole time, like. See, I'm not really fully leaving either string, but you get the impression of that same rocking back and forth. Now our second phrase of the C part goes like this. Once again by ear. That is on the third string, A, B, so third finger, fourth finger, back to A, F sharp, G natural, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, D, A, G sharp, A. So that again. And you could add some drums on the high string or on the low string. Let's put those two phrases together and play our full C part through. I'll do it 2 times, once without any drones, once with some drones added in. All right, now let's put the entire tune together and play Blackeyed Suzy. We'll do it twice through. there. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Dakota Karper. If you'd like to learn how to play old-time fiddle, then join me on Patreon. Patreon is a platform where I've shared over 100 video classes teaching phrase by phrase how to play tunes, as well as techniques and embellishments. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Check out my website, dakotakarper.com, and see what I'm doing in West Virginia at my folk music school, The Cat and the Fiddle. There, you can sign up for in-person classes as well as virtual classes. Hope to see you around.